All right, questions for Coach. We'll start with Tim Bontemps.
Hey, Brad, I was just curious, now that you're, for the first time going to have, the vast majority of your core group together, what are you most curious to see out of this game tonight from them?
I just want to, everybody has played, obviously not together, but I just like to see us play the way that we want to. We want to play with great energy and togetherness on both ends of the court. I think we need to play up the court with good speed on offense and good pace throughout the possession. And then on defense, we need to set our defense better as a team. That's what I'd like to see improve. That will be tested by a really good team that is very athletic at the wings. And so, tonight will be a heck of a challenge, but just like to see us play, the way that we play when we're at our best more often than not.
And do you have a sense what your rotation is going to look like with this group? Like, is it something you've been thinking about for the past several weeks, or is it something now that you have everybody healthy, you kind of want to get a sense of what they look like and figure it out as you go now?
Probably the main guys that you're asking about, like the guys that are going to play the majority of the minutes. I mean, I know pretty much exactly what we want to do. That's the easy part. The other part is who complements those guys. And I'd say it's still not set in stone by any means with this group. It just isn't. We've had some good moments, each guy. We've been fairly inconsistent at times. But I think that we'll see how that goes as we continue to play more and play together more. Kimbo will still be restricted, for the next few weeks. And so, he's not going to hit the 30-minute mark anytime soon. And so I think we're not going to know for sure until we get to that point. But as far as rotations go, but otherwise it's about who complements those guys the best.
Tom Orsborn.
Hey, Coach, you guys had Devin Vassell in for a workout, I believe. What did you guys see in him?
Well, we couldn't have anybody in this year.
Right, virtual.
And virtual. He's a heck of a player. Obviously knew that he would be in that range of picks, but really, really skilled and really smart. Like the defensive acumen at a young age was really obvious on film. Knew when to help, knew when to overhelp, knew when to fake help, knew how to blow up plays by reading the ball and seeing the game. And then on offense, obviously shoots the ball at a high clip, so you knew that would translate pretty early. So he's started well, as expected. They've got a lot of good young guards here that are good complements to these older guys that are really playing well.
Jeff McDonald.
Hey, Brad, I don't know how much you've watched of the Spurs, but I did hear you mention their young wings, and I'm not sure – young athletic wings, and I'm not sure we would have said that about them 2 years ago. Are there any other things you're seeing differently that they're doing than they would have been a year and a half, 2 years ago?
I just think they've set it up perfect. I think they've got a bunch of young guys that they're obviously really invested in and are really doing a good job for them. I mean, when you talk about Murray and Johnson and Walker and Vassell, those guys are all young guys. They're all high upside guys with great versatility and the ability to play a really positionless style in a lot of ways. But then they're complementing DeRozan, who still averages 20 a game, right? They're complementing LaMarcus Aldridge, who still can do what he does both on the pick and pop, but also on the post. They're complimenting Patty Mills, who has had another great start to a season, and Rudy Gay, who's had another great start to a season. So I think it's just a good balance. You see a lot of teams go all young, and I think that there's a lot that's missed when that happens. So to have those guys that you can count on and to help those other guys come along at the right rate, and obviously a great system and a great coach, I think that it's a really good setup for now and for the future.
Final question for Coach John Corrales.
Brad, we started to see some of the postponed games get rescheduled. Have you heard anything about your own games getting rescheduled? And what kind of preference would you have for the rescheduling of these games?
Yes, I've heard about one. I don't think I'm supposed to say, so I won't. My preference is that they consider our travel appropriately. So that's the only thing I have to say about it. I know we obviously know in this condensed schedule anyways that we were going to be nonstop. And, I think that, our schedule has turned out that we've played a bunch of our road games first. And I said before the season started, our first 36 or 38 or whatever it was were probably as tough as anybody's. There seems like it's nonstop, but also the level of competition we're playing every night. So, we're just going to try to do our best to be ready for the next night, wherever that may be, whoever we may be playing, and hopefully improve ourselves a little bit.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.